as I think about back to the last year and really the most recent years, the thing I would say I'm most proud of is the number of programs that we've been able to support. We've seen an expansion in the number of things that we are able to support. So, for example, you'll see up there the Grow Your Own program. I don't know if Dr. Snodgrass is going to talk about that or not, but very simply, the Grow Your Own program is a new initiative that Dr. Heil approached the foundation board about, and we're trying to attract and retain Fort Osage students, and then those who go on to, of course, be alumni, try to attract and retain them into the teaching profession. That's definitely a need for the district. It's a need of education, nationwide. We need more teachers. So that's a new program that we were able to help us support. We're going to do that over the next few years. Also, another new program is Bright Futures. This is a program that Dr. Jared Steffens and Stephanie Smith started. This is a program to help some of our students and family members in the district that just need help with the basic necessities of life. And we've been able to help play a role in the startup of that organization. Previously, in other years, but more recently, we've been able to provide startup funding for the esports program. That's a newer program. I think I've also heard very popular program in the district. We've seen a growth in what we call in and out funding. These are individuals and people that want to support a lot of times extracurricular activities like the robotics team, choir, theater, things like that. And through that, we've been able to help support the programs like that. We've noticed an increase in support in that area. We've also been able to help. Dr. Snodgrass approached us a while back about helping high school kids who are taking college courses to reduce the dual credit and AP, their fees for that. So we've been able to reach into that area and help there as well. And also, we started a couple years ago at the convocation. We've been giving out gift cards, just a small token of our appreciation to new teachers. So just a little something. Another program we've started. And also, I'll mention Casey Scholars. This is a program we got involved with. Every 5 years, a very deserving recipient of a Casey Scholarship is given a full ride to a local university. That's a pretty big deal. So as you can see, all of these things and the growth in these programs are examples, evidence of the growing impact of the foundation. So I wanted to share those with you today. Our financial strength, I would say the foundation is in a very strong financial position. We have a good amount of money in reserve assets. Last year, we raised $139,000. Our expenses were $101,000, so we had about a $38,000 surplus. We earmarked pretty much all of that for the Grow Your Own program. We expect this year to also have another surplus, so because of that, we are giving out more scholarships, bigger scholarships to kids. We're going to give out more in teacher impact grants to the teachers, and we're going to give out more to building support funds. So the board has a belief that we should, instead of holding on to that we should put that money into action now where it can make an impact today. So we're increasing our support of all those things. The report has a lot of facts and figures on it, but really this is about real lives, opportunities for our kids, for our teachers, and the impact that we're making. And none of this could happen without the support of many of you in the room. So I want to say thank you for your support of the foundation. Thank you for your interest in the school district. Thank you to our community partners. And thank you for making a great impact. Truly, the foundation board is in a unique position that we're able to give out these funds. We are able to go and show up at the teachers' classroom doors and give them the grant. So we can see the impact we're making, and again, this is because of you all. So we appreciate what you're doing. So with that, I just want to finish with Go Chiefs, and I'm going to hand it back over to Dr. Snodgrass.
Thank you, Eric. You can certainly see the tremendous impact our community's making, our partners, and that's kind of the theme for today as I kind of have these conversations and discussions about how many partners we have in our school district and the impact they're making on our students. This is a special year at Fort Osage School District. We're celebrating our 75th year. So in 1949, 16 one-room schoolhouses came together to form Fort Osage School District. That very first year, we had 37 graduates. So if you fast forward through all those years, 75 years later, we've had 19,558 graduates walk across that stage. And we have grown throughout the years, obviously. We now have nearly 5,000 students who walked through our doors this morning, being educated in our classrooms. That is the 32nd largest school district in the state of Missouri. And so to put that in perspective, many people don't compare us to, the rural community. There's much smaller school districts in the state. So there's 520 school districts, and we're the 32nd largest in the state. Several facts and figures as we've worked through this school year. It's the people who are truly making the difference in our school district. We have the largest school district by area in Jackson County. We encompass 124 square miles. Our transportation department does a tremendous job, and they covered 700,000 miles this past year. Our food service department served over 900,000 meals. Our technology department, and they did a great job today. They served the breakfast this morning. You give them a round of applause. We're a school district that we call ourselves one-to-one. That means that all students have a device. And so that looks a little different in elementary schools. As we know, they're on carts with iPads, but we have Chromebooks, grades 7 through 12. And we have 7,000 devices in our district. That includes laptop computers. So our technology department does an incredible job. And then lastly, as we've grown and expanded across the years and added buildings and grounds and things like that, our maintenance and custodial staff they take care of 800,000 square feet and also nearly 300 acres of property. So just doing a tremendous job in our school district. Our initiative that we continue to work on and focus on in our school district, really K-12. In the elementary schools, we're really working on career and career development and career pathways and making sure students are engaged with various opportunities that they know that they'll be working toward in the future. But really more specifically also grades 7 through 12, and then more specifically even 9 through 12, making sure that every student that walks across that stage has what we call a market value asset when they graduate. So a market value asset is one of 4 pillars. I will say some data on this. We started this initiative 5 years ago. 29% of our graduates 5 years ago walked across the stage had a market value asset. The class of 2024 had 93.7% of our graduates have a market value asset. Tremendous work going on in our district through this initiative. So in order to achieve a market value asset, students have to have one of 4 areas. One, at least 9 hours of college credit in high school. A little data point there, I read this research a few years ago, that if a student starts their education and receives dual credit classes in high school, they're 7 times more likely to go to college and end with a degree in college 4 years later. So that's an impressive stat. And Eric mentioned all the work they're doing. We had 166 students receive a scholarship this year from the foundation to continue or to have their dual credit and AP classes paid for. Let's give the foundation a round of applause. So where are students going when they graduate if they go to college? Approximately 50% of our students who graduate are going to higher ed. That's a 2-year, 4-year, or the military. So about 50% going to college are going to MCC. That may be Blue River, most of them, some of them across the metro at other campuses. The other second highest percentage of higher ed, University of Missouri, followed by UMKC, UCM, Avila, and William Jewell, and all across the nation. So those are our highest percentages. We have been blessed in our school district since 1967 to have a career and technology center right here on our campus. We have 19 programs that we offer students. Now we have other sending schools in our district who come to us on a daily basis. Blue Springs School District, Grain Valley, and Oak Grove. They're in tremendous partners for us and with us. So we have an opportunity for students to receive what we call an industry recognized credential. That means that when students graduate and they've been through the Career Center, that they're workforce ready. They're ready for a job. This could not be industry partners who help and have conversations, sit on the CTC board to help us make sure that we're preparing kids for life after high school. I'm not going to be able to name every single one of the 19, but construction trades, culinary arts, physical therapy, fire science, crime scene investigation, HVAC, welding, the list goes on and on and on. Students coming in to our schools with folks coming in from the industry, interviewing kids before they graduate and offering a meaningful wage right after high school. Very impactful. Our third pillar is entrepreneurial experience. 4 years ago, the school district purchased Campus Grounds. It's a student-run, student-led coffee shop. Many of you I know are familiar with it and have been there. But the real-world learning opportunities that this coffee shop provides students is incredible. If you own your own business, you know that the conversations, the collaborations, the marketing, the HR piece of that, human resources side of that, is absolutely incredible. And we're so proud of the things that they're accomplishing, and the conversations we're having with these students is absolutely impressive. Also, those students work in the e-studies program on a business plan. So they're not just working in the coffee shop. Yes, that is a huge part of this program, but also a individualized business plan that they then market and have conversations with other folks about, which is absolutely incredible. Our last pillar is work experience. And this is really two phases of this. One is internship opportunities. We have at Fort Osage School District over 250 business partners. And so what does that mean? We have 250 locations around the metro, mostly local, where our students are double blocked, a two-hour period, where they're going into our community, into our businesses and working. And I'll say this, sometimes it's not necessarily finding what you want to do, it's sometimes finding out what you don't want to do. Because this is a lot of opportunities for students. And we have kids all over, as mentioned. We have students having internship opportunities in our school district. Fort Osage School District, with 5,000 students and nearly 800 employees, is just like a small city. So we have a business department. We have a PR department. We have food service. We have maintenance. We have custodial. The list goes on and on and on. And so we have students providing internship opportunities here in our district, which is absolutely incredible. We also have students in the city manager's office. We have them at Centerpoint. We have physical therapy, welding shops, automotive, and the list continues to go on and on. So right now we have approximately 200 students engaged in internship opportunities. The last piece to that work experience is client-based projects. We have two programs really specifically, and it goes beyond that, in our classrooms as well. But two very specific programs. One that we've partnered with Blue Springs School District on, called our Business Accelerator. The students are in Blue Springs. It's a half-day program, and kids are just absolutely knocking it out of the park with these client-based projects. Our other opportunity for client-based projects is Fort Connect. And we're so proud of Fort Connect. 3 years ago, I had two business leaders come to my office, and they offered an opportunity of economic development. Now, you guys have seen the economic development in the industrial park that's along Little Blue Parkway. There's currently 2 buildings that are being built or have been built. Those will continue north and ultimately within about 6 to 8 years be next to or near Lake City. So there'll be 15 buildings total. And as we had conversations, I asked them about an opportunity for us, Fort Osage School District, to partner with them to be able to provide additional opportunities for our students. And so I could never have imagined how this would have turned out, but through additional conversations, we signed and the board approved what we call a community benefit agreement. This allowed us to have a 15,000 square foot space. It's a collaboration space where students are able to work on client-based projects. There's a very large workshop where they're able to work on construction, small construction projects. We signed a 20-year lease for $10 a year. They built the space out. They invested They built the entire space out with their dollars. It was approximately a $1.5 million investment for them. So our investment in this are the teachers. There's 4 teachers on a daily basis that arrive there. This is a full day program. This program is specifically for students who have not had as much success in the traditional high school setting. And these kids are absolutely doing wonderful things. The best email that I've received in the last year was an email from a parent from Fort Connect. And she said, for the first time, my student, who's a senior, is wanting to go to school on a snow day. Can my student go to school today? Can your principal open the building so they continue their project? I had 5 students who walked across the stage last year at the Community of Christ Auditorium at graduation and said, thank you for Fort Connect. And lastly, I'll say this past Saturday, we received an award at the Chamber of Commerce annual banquet for the excellence in economic development for the entire city, because we're engaging students who will later enter the workforce. So I want to thank everybody who's been a part of that. It's been a really great opportunity for kids. We're excited recently to have received a new food truck at Fort Osage School District. This is from funding that was specifically to be used for the food service department, and specifically for the expansion or enhancement of our food service program. And so what we're doing with this food truck, it's being licensed as we speak, because it is road ready, but we have to license it first. But later this spring, we're excited to start the use of the food truck. It's supposed to enhance, as mentioned, and expand programming. So one of the things we're really excited about this summer is to be able to offer this food truck to expand our summer feed program. This will be used at various locations such as Hawthorne or other areas in our community where transportation is a barrier, and we're going to be able to have the food truck on site for those students. Beyond that, we're going to be able to utilize it for campus grounds, our coffee shop. We're going to utilize it for our culinary arts program. Again, real-world learning opportunities. Other opportunities we're having conversation about is our field days for students serving ice cream. That'll be fun, I know that. That'll be exciting for kids. And then possibly other opportunities such as the Buckner Fair. So again, very excited about it. This year, like every year, and every school district around the state receives our annual performance report. The annual performance report has several indicators on it where school districts are measured by their success. There's several celebrations that we received this year. First, I would like to mention our graduation rate continues to be outstanding. Students are walking across that stage, as mentioned, entering the workforce, and we're doing a great job with graduation rate. Graduation follow-up is another success. This is a 180-day follow-up. So 6 months approximately after students graduate, we're calling, we're finding out, we're surveying what students are doing. So are they in the military? Are they in college? Are they in the workforce in the program of study that they worked on in high school? And if so, we receive points or credit for that, and doing a good job with that. CTE program at our Career and Tech Center, as mentioned, Continuing to have conversation about expansion and what programs look like for students to be successful. Again, that's where those industry partners come in very handy, and talking to those folks and having conversation about what the market looks like and what the need is in our communities. Welding is a new program in the last few years, and also our HVAC program. ELA and math, we take an students take an assessment, into course assessments at the high school, and also our MAP testing grades 3 through 8. We did have pockets of success within our 3 through 8, as well as our into course assessments. And attendance growth. Every single building in our district received, or they had better attendance this past year than the year prior. That's a success. We're excited about that. I will say, though, that is an area that we need to continue to focus on and continue to improve. That's something that we continue to partner with parents on, continue to have conversations. There's all kinds of things that buildings are doing. And again, this is something that is very crucial to get students in school and to continue to educate them. And then also our standardized testing. We have several growth areas that we're focused on. This again is our MAP testing and then our end-of-course assessments. This is a window of time in the spring that we test students. So it's a very condensed time frame that we're really focused on to see some areas of growth in that area. Our key takeaways is we are fully accredited, which is certainly a success. We are working toward what we call an alternate APR, which is DESE approved. This is something new in the past year, but what we're working toward and on is really what the work in regard to our real world learning opportunities, which is really more of a focus of what we're working on in our school district. We will also have a dashboard through this process, a dashboard which is more what I call real time, taking the math and English language arts, which will be real time data that'll be on our dashboard as compared to the MAP assessments that are only once annually. So again, we're really working toward this and excited about the opportunities here. Couldn't be more pleased with the support of our community the past several years through 2 no tax increase bond issues. And in 2016, we had a facilities master plan that our board approved that had 19 major projects that the district wanted to complete in the next 10 years. So we have completed 14 of the 19 projects, again, through really good community support, both in 2017 with a no tax increase bond issue and also in 2021. Some of the highlights that was accomplished in these $68 million worth of projects that have been completed are the completion of Early Childhood Center Woodland, which has been a huge success, obviously serving students. We also had the stadium renovation with the turf and a new track, the breezeway enclosure at the high school, new completely renovated playgrounds at all our elementary schools. And then if you fast forward to 2021, we've just completed those projects in the past year with the renovation and remodels of all our kitchens in our district. We had this beautiful building here, the district transportation maintenance technology facility. We also had a band remodel at the high school, which has been tremendous. So just some really tremendous projects, including the parking and the drive upgrades in our district. So what's next? We have engaged with conversations with our architect and our construction manager about what are the next 5 projects, what's on the list. Really, there's 2 primary projects that we're having conversation about that will complete the rest of these projects. First is the remodel of the Career and Technology Center. Mentioned that there's several programs offered in that. That building was built in 1967. So again, a lot of conversations about how we can upgrade that facility for our students. And then the last one, which really encompasses the remaining 4 projects, is what we call a grade level reconfiguration. This is a big conversation. Currently in our school district, we have 5 elementary schools, which are K-4. We have the upper elementary at Fire Prairie, which is 5-6 building. We have a 7 through 8 building at Osage Trail, and then they transition again to the high school. Transitions are challenging for students. It's challenging, especially at lower grade levels, when you're transitioning and going to a new building with new staff and new expectations, and it's just, the list goes on. And so we have seen an increase or decrease with attendance and various other factors such as academics on our standardized testing, as well as behaviors. And so we're really looking at this and having conversations about the possibility of remodels at our elementary schools, remodel at Fire Prairie and Osage Trail that would allow us to have K through 5 buildings, and then reduce a transition and allow us to have a 6 through 8 configuration, and then to the high school. And this is a big conversation that's mentioned because this has to do with staffing, this has to do with certifications, this has to do with all kinds of things in regarding to the space in elementaries, and so the list goes on. So we've been engaging in conversation with several folks. So what is the next steps with this? The conversation is leading toward a possible no tax increase bond issue as early as April of 2026. So we will continue engaging with staff. We will continue engaging with our architect and construction manager, which we've done. We will receive community input as early as this summer on the ideas and thoughts that our community might have, and parents, with as early as December of 2025, putting this on the ballot by our Board of Education. Again, with an April 2026 possible bond issue. You'll hear a lot more about this as the weeks and months go on. Our partnerships and community support are absolutely paramount for our success of our school district. The partnerships begin in our school district. The partnerships with the teacher next door, the partnerships with the teacher in another building collaborating, our social workers, our counselors, the list goes on within our school district, our administrators, our directors. Partnerships are so key. Partnerships are key for parents, engaging with parents. Not only that, but community members, other school districts across our metro, certainly our sending schools, partnering with them, partnering with the city, not only the City of Independence, but Buckner, Sibley, and Atherton are so crucial. Just partnerships help our students, conversations leading to the next opportunity for kids. I want to thank you so much for being here today. We're going to be sending this link out. I do want to mention the broadcast students that are back there. I wanted us to give them a round of applause, please. Our broadcast team is just another example of real-world learning opportunities. These students in the past couple of years have done as many as 70 live broadcasts in 1 year. And so just the opportunities are endless. So partnerships are crucial. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be sending that link out to the community early next week. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.